Hello everyone, welcome to the 273rd issue of Watch Talk. Today, we are going to shoot the V2 version of 126334 Blue Log. This is the V1. This is the V2. First, let me tell you what upgrades it has, what we can see with our naked eyes, the improvement in workmanship. Then, I'll talk about the entire details of the watch. I'll explain to you. You can just watch this video in the future, which is more comprehensive. In terms of the dial color, the blue one has no upgrades. The texture of the release pattern is also similar. I didn't see any obvious differences. Even if you zoom in, you can see the shape of the solid center axis. What you see now is the only one. This one is VR. The shape of the central axis hasn't changed much. The workmanship is the same as before, and when you look at it from the side, you can see that the height of the glass and the edge grinding are different. V1 looks slightly higher, and the V2 is slightly lower. And when you look at it from the side, the edge of V1 already has a rounded edge and corner grinding, but when you look at V2, you will find that the edge grinding will be more obvious, which is more rounded than V1. Then, the manufacturer mentioned the upgrade of the ring. First, the width becomes a little narrower, and the second is that the craftsmanship is improved. They also said that the brightness will increase, but under the same light source. Under the desk lamp, indoor lighting, and sunlight. I can't see it clearly. They said that VR will be much brighter, but I think it will be able to improve its antioxidant effect. Because the Swiss version is 18-karat white gold, and the pen is made of copper, and the outside is plated with platinum. Everyone knows that this kind of gilding has a common problem. If worn for a long time, it may oxidize, or maybe due to bumps, the base color may fade. But if we wear it normally, without any bumps, it may also oxidize and fade. Then, like this sweatshirt we have sold many before, there have been a few cases. 2 or 3 of them have appeared. The ring oxidized. What does it look like? It's a piece here and a piece there. It may not be in a specific position. The color of it is different from the surrounding area. It looks a bit like it's faded. It's a problem. Once this happens, it can't be worn. Well, you can spend money to change the ring size. You can still wear it. Otherwise, this ring is useless because once it oxidizes, if some parts fade, and the color brightness of other parts is different, it won't look so good. Then there are some changes in the weight part. Let's measure the old version of V1, weighs 128 grams. Then measure the weight of V2, which is 132 grams. I found that the weight of the grey diamond is 41 grey diamonds. Its weight is over 133 grams. And this one weighs over 132 grams. It's also fully covered, but this one doesn't have a film. So, compared to the Swiss version, is still slightly lighter, but the difference of 3 or 2 grams. The difference of 2 grams is negligible. The main weight difference lies in the ring size. The Swiss version is made of 18-karat white gold, with a higher density, under the same premise of the same volume. The platinum one will be heavier, while copper or steel ones are lighter. But now the weight is negligible. The difference of 3 or 2 grams is negligible. Even if it's a VS-V2, one is the Swiss version. If you hold them in your hand, you can't tell the difference of 3 grams. 5 grams difference. Now it's so deep that you can't use this method to verify if it is a genuine single-acting 3235, as before, by using methods combined with the adjustment method, adjusting the calendar and the storage capacity, you could tell the difference. Later, to distinguish the 3235 from Shanghai and Dandong, you can check the position of the fast and slow clip of the Balenciaga. And until now, you can't just look at it like this. We need to use a more rigorous method to distinguish, to have a more stable method to determine whether it is the real Dandong 3335, not the imitation of the Dandong 335. The degree of similarity is very high. If you don't know much about it, it's hard for you to tell the difference. Then I'll use some pictures to compare them. First of all, the commonly mentioned, the position of the bridge protection of New Balance. There is a small screw. VS uses the genuine Dandong 3235. This screw can be screwed. When screwing it, the height of the bridge, there will be a state of adjustment. But the fake Dandong 3235, it is just a screw, can directly unscrew the screw, and reveals a screw hole. It is not to adjust the height of the bridge. It's just a fake one. Look at this position in the picture. Zoom in. Look at this position. This Dandong 3335. The hollowed out position will be larger. It's close to a semicircle. And the position of it, the hollowed out position, is smaller, much smaller. This is a very obvious difference. There are also differences in the polishing of the movements. The Dandong looks more delicate, and the imitation of Dandong 3235. The polished lines are very rough. When you shine the light on it, it can present a colorful, and the effect of a laser. Then, when the automatic rotor is winding the chain, the clutch wheel, this position, and the lower part, this one is a flat surface, and this one is not a flat one. It's like a circle. It looks like a screw. It's like the shape of the other end of a screw. It's like screwing this screw out from inside and then directly block this one. It's easy to distinguish. One is flat and the other is not. But everyone should pay attention not to mistake. Don't mistake it for the position below. The position below is the same. It's the upper position, the one behind 3235. This position, there are some pictures. This is also the same meaning. This is another one. These two red gears, there isn't much difference between them. Even if you look at them with your naked eyes, you can still tell the difference when they are put together. When taking pictures, these two colors, can you see any big difference? In fact, the color of Dandong 3235 is darker than the imitation Dandong 3235 is darker, but it's more accurate to compare with a reference. Without a reference, the color of the imitation Dandong 3235 is actually quite dark. This has already been said. The difference in the polishing part, and then there is a slight difference in the gears. Look. It has this shape, while this one, it's like missing a piece of meat. You can see the difference when you compare them. So, when you receive it, if you want to verify if it's the real one, you can verify in many aspects. You need to verify it in all aspects. In this way, you can avoid being fooled. And then this is the ball bearing. I'll use the 3255 machine to explain. It's ball bearing with 7 balls and 27 balls. 27 balls are the latest full ball version. But whether it's V1 or V2 from the VS factory, they are mixed. With 7 balls and 27 balls, this doesn't have much impact. Next, let's look at some details of the front of the watch. First, the color of the dial and the delicacy of the radial pattern are very, very good. This color is already very close. It has completely surpassed the proximity of social distance. It's even better. The edge of the pointer. There are no obvious burrs or edges. The solid center axis is also done right. However, the edges of the pointers, it lacks that round and smooth feeling. If it's polished a little more round, it would be better. The crown's rugby shape, and the polishing is very good. The white oil-printed font, the effect of the font, and neatness are all fine. The luminous filler also has a frosted texture on the edges of the bar scale, and the side is like a trapezoid corner grinding. These are all done. There is a very obvious, a magnifying glass with a blue coating. It's done right. The font is thicker, and it's fine. And the black font is oily. 3-dimensional effect has a very obvious reflective effect. It's done very well. The 6 o'clock position also has a laser cut crown, but this requires a specific angle to be seen. Sometimes from other angles, it's not so obvious. The sapphire glass mirror, the transparency of the mirror. The edge of the glass is polished, is much more rounded than the previous version, and the height of the glass has also been reduced, thus making it thinner, but not too much, just a few tenths of a millimeter thinner. It's thinner than the previous version. Then there's the ring, the brightness of the ring. I don't think it's much brighter than the previous version, but its craftsmanship has been improved. It can definitely be improved. This cannot be completely solved, but it can increase its durability. It can be more antioxidation and corrosion resistant. Everyone knows that gold-plated watches, the biggest fear is contact with corrosive liquids, and some with severe wear and tear. If you bump it deeply, knocking off a piece of flesh or a dent, then the base color inside will definitely be exposed. The other is corrosive liquid. I have come across gold-plated watches I wore myself and those used by customers. As long as the gold plating fades and peels, it's all because, firstly, it's due to wear and tear. Second, contact with fluorine solution, especially for some customers who have a lot of sweat, especially in summer, sweat a lot. The gold-plated watch they wear will fade faster than those who sweat less. Will fade faster, and the durability will be slightly worse. So, for this kind of watch with gold-plated process, afraid of sweat corrosion, we can choose. We can often clean it with clean water, or wipe it, but don't use alcohol or anything like that, or other chemicals. Just use normal water to rinse it, since it has good waterproof effect. Tighten the crown, and the back cover is also tightened. Rinse it with water, and then dry it with a hairdryer or a towel. The polished part of the steel strap, the brushed lines, and the polished brightness are all very good. This is its buckle. There is also a very obvious opening in the middle. The watch buckle code is still the same as before, K6G, and then engraved. The depth and thickness are the same as before. There is no big difference. Let me also explain the usage of the movement. Turn the crown counterclockwise downwards and turn a few times to pop it out. Turn it directly upward to win the spring. Pulling out one gear is to adjust the calendar, but the hour hand is in the upper half. Don't adjust the calendar directly. Pull it out again and adjust the hour hand to the lower half. Then retract it all. Pull it out again and then adjust the calendar. The distinctness of this gear is obvious. Then pull it out to adjust the time. To adjust the time, turn it counterclockwise downwards. Turn the hour and minute hands clockwise. This is all correct. The way to lock the head is to pinch it and press it.